Here we are on the smart road again. What I can do here is make driving my secondary task. I'm no longer in charge of the car. The car is in charge of itself. My favorite high school class was probably physics ultimately, but I enjoyed all the sciences. Chemistry, mathematics was enjoyable, but it wasn't something that I got excited to go to class for. It was more of an enabler so that I could solve more difficult problems in the other sciences. Yeah, I think it probably goes back to just what I enjoyed as a kid. From the time I was very young, sort of breaking down, building and fixing things, up through high school and sort of the classes I chose until it just seemed like the natural choice to move into an engineering field.
A transmission used to be a purely mechanical device. Then it had electronic controls. Now it's an electromechanical device controlled by a computer. And that's happening everywhere throughout the vehicle. The skill set for an engineer or a technician, you need to have mechanical skills, electronic skills, and IT capability. So it's really a whole new type of education that people in the technical area need to have.
If I were looking for a student today, I wouldn't look at a typical automotive program at a high school. I would go to the science department or the computer department and say, this is an area that you can just be excited about.
And with technical topics, just sitting in a classroom and listening to a teacher sort of spit out algorithms or theories, it's hard to get excited about. But when you can start to see how they're applied in reality, that's where the real excitement comes from, to start to really control what's around you.
In the automotive area, community college is a transitional place for a person who might be an engineer, whether electrical, mechanical, or chemical.
The technicians that we're training in our college, we're preparing for a couple of different areas in automotive. One is as service technicians. They would go work in a dealership or a repair area. The cars are so complicated now that you need to have that multifaceted skill set. So there's a lot of opportunities to go work for an auto company or a supplier in the engineering development area. This is where you're developing the new product. It's very important if you want to get into the automotive industry, particularly in the technical areas, is that you start to prepare yourself for that all the way back in middle school. Really focus on your math and science classes. And then when it comes time to sign up for your high school courses, make sure you're taking as much math and science as you can and taking the highest level math and science courses that you're capable of doing. Really challenge yourself.
So this ultimately is my laboratory. It's really just what happens on the real road, but in a very controlled setting. What I would tell a middle or high school student who's interested in STEM and really a career in that path, ultimately is go for it. It's a very inclusive field. I work with lots of different people with lots of different interests who are all finding a great way to make a living.